Hello, good people. It's Kristen back with another reading. This one is a you and them. And the you and them, I'm going to let be fluid for this reading. It could be romantic, it could be friends or work, and I'll kind of gear it that way. There are two other readings coming that are just geared towards love, the love path, and the late night love. And we'll gear those all towards just that. But we're going to let this one be what it needs to be. Sometimes we want to hear about a lover, but we need to hear about a friend or vice versa. So just know you're getting the exact message you need to hear today. I promise you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Don't forget to give this a like, as it would really help me, and I would be so appreciative. All right, so I have the energy of rebirth, and on the other side is the energy of completion. Okay, so I'm gonna call this out as you and that as them, but switch the energies around, get all sensory and flowy with it. So we have a rebirth happening, and we have this rebirth because here on the other side, there's a completion. You are in process, or maybe you were forced to be in process of a rebirth because something completed. Somebody feels like this leg of the journey has come to an end. So it could be this part of the relationship is transforming and rebirthing itself. This could be very much for some of you a letting go, or a type of breakup, or just when you don't hear back from someone. And it's not, some of you are going to resonate with this. I mean, you dated someone and it's kind of a bummer to not hear from them, but it's also like you're in this rebirth of it. You're like, that, okay, that completed, I got this from it. Others of you, there's a rebirth because there was a completion of perhaps the exploratory period of the relationship where you are just dating, and it's sort of like, yeah, the puzzle pieces coming together, like this really fits, like we really fit. So I feel romantically here, it's going to be one way or the other. It's sort of like there was a puzzle piece that was missing, and it completed and it finished. And so that changes you into like, but it's this kind of like, even though there may be some feelings or emotions, there's a sense of, yeah, but I really need that one puzzle piece. And now I really know that about myself. And so I feel really good about that. And for others, it's like, wow, this person really feels like I'm that last piece of the puzzle. Let me know in the comments below which one this is for you. Now, this could also be the same thing with, I'm feeling with a friend. Like, some of you had a friend in your life where they were overthinking, they were overanalyzing the friendship, the relationship, the bond. And they were constantly looking for something else from you. And I feel like you have realized there's just something incomplete here. Like, I'm never going to be able to be what this friend needs me to be. I'm never going to give them what they want. And so perhaps this has been a long kind of process of realizing it's okay to let this friendship go. That's what I'm getting about friendships. That it's like, okay, I can feel okay, like I'm not giving up. I'm just allowing the natural course of things to happen. And the energy in between is success. So whatever this relationship is, it really took you finding your own inner voice and not being afraid to speak up and really say what you want or say what was on your mind. The tigers for me are also sensuality. In romantic relationship, this is feeling like you can really feel in your body with this person. You can feel very safe with this person. And if it was the breakup, it was like this didn't work sensually. Perhaps that was the issue, was that there was a lot of other bonding or chemistry, but the physical intimacy wasn't quite there. It wasn't what you needed. Or maybe you were with somebody who could not get intimate or emotional. They could only get intimate or emotional to a degree. Perhaps or you were with somebody who could touch on a certain emotional intimacy in the bedroom, but then they lacked it in the rest of the relationship. For romantic. With a friendship, there's something about you coming into your confidence, your courage, your full embodied self. When we're in certain friendships and we have like a bond really going with someone and we really feel like we have community and belonging and all those wonderful things, it lifts us up, it elevates us, it brings us to the next place. And it's just so interesting that sometimes the people and the friends that we're hanging out with, is almost like they liked us where we were. And I think that could be a situation with a friendship where there's something about your sensuality or you're coming into your full embodiment, your confidence, that it was almost like they needed you to be in a place where they could constantly help you. Like perhaps they were an enabler or a fixer. And perhaps there was a certain need they had that wasn't getting taken care of. Maybe for some of you will resonate, like, maybe either everybody's single and they were kind of feeling like, I don't want to be alone. So they were hanging out, but it wasn't really what they preferred to be doing. That's interesting. Or for some of you, somebody maybe thought that you were jealous of them. Maybe they started dating someone, or they were, trying to date or something like that. And they kind of felt like maybe you would be jealous of them because you were single. And I feel like there's this sort of like, there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of orange. There's a lot of passion. There's like your fire going. It doesn't feel like, you would be particularly jealous of somebody with these cards. But someone felt that maybe you weren't celebrating them in a friendship. And so they felt a lack, like you weren't completing them in some way. I think it's really interesting how our friendships really inform romantic relationships to some degree, that people kind of show us what they're looking for in a romantic partner or what they're afraid of in romantic relationships within our friendships. I think it's fascinating. Let's get some tarot and keep going. If you are feeling the call and enjoying these conversations, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button and join the community. It would mean a lot to me, and I'd love to connect with you more. Let's build together a place where we can all just connect, feel inspired, learn about ourselves, and create sacred space. So yeah, on your side, feeling very emotionally fulfilled. On their side, well, they are looking for healing. They are looking for a sense of destiny. And there was a sense of destiny in this relationship, whatever it was. There was a sense of you came together to learn something really valuable about yourselves. It was very important. It was meant to be. And perhaps regardless, this is what's coming up, is that whatever this friendship, lovership, situationship, whatever it is, just because things are not going well now doesn't mean they wouldn't in the future. I'm feeling perhaps this is a friendship that could be repaired in the future over time, specifically if this is a friendship that we're talking about here. With the moon, there's stuff that you don't know. There's stuff that this other person doesn't really reveal about themselves or talk about themselves. Perhaps they feel like, well, I can't reveal this or talk about this. Nobody will understand me. I'm too much. This is the kind of person that can over-identify with their victim mentality or their healing. Like somebody who's like constantly in a bit of a healing process, or it's how they identify with themselves. Page of Wands, this just came up in my weekly. So Page of Wands, wanting to celebrate yourself, wanting to be in this place of rebirth, wanting to, it's like you were feeling dragged down, like your fire was dimming, like there wasn't anything cooking on the stove. It was just sitting there getting lukewarm. It's like, this is for whatever it is right now. Like I'm grabbing my passion. Like I'm moving forward. I don't want to hide who I am anymore. I'm a sensual, passionate person who wants to celebrate life, who is in discovery of myself. I don't want to sit here and constantly be overanalyzing what's missing, or how I'm not good enough, or how you think that you're not good enough, or constantly talking about our healing and our healing processes. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I love to talk in deep conversation with my friends about our processes and what we're going through. But I also like to sit around drinking wine with girlfriends at a dinner and laugh about our relationship stuff. Talk about how things are frustrating us to the point where we want to do something about it, not just sit overanalyzing it. Want to get something on that star for this other person? Well, it's a tower. I think that this connection brought in a tower. Your presence made someone see something about themselves. Perhaps you're mirroring each other, you're very much alike, and they see something within you that they don't like about themselves, or maybe there's a part of you that you're still in process of healing, still in process of getting to know, on a journey with, and they're in a similar place, but they don't want to recognize it. They just want to go, I'm beyond all of that. But there's something about your energy that began to make them see what wasn't working in their lives, and perhaps that's why they just needed to complete. Also, this is going back to, my brain is going back to, you really rocked someone's world, and you made them realize romantically, like, wow, this person completes the puzzle for me. I don't need to overanalyze or think anything else. What do I want to do that for? I have found the destiny that I've been searching for my whole life. I don't need to sit around trying to figure out how to complete myself. I am a complete person who is lovable, and you make them feel that way, and they make you feel that way. They make you feel emotionally fulfilled. They want to be passionate and have desire for you. They want to celebrate you. You want to celebrate each other as you step forward very boldly into whatever the next phase is. Let me know in the comments below which storylines you are gravitating towards. I wanted to try this today to make this you-them reading kind of something that could be useful for different kinds of people, not just love. So it's kind of like giving us a lot of messages. I'm hoping that you are grabbing them as they resonate with you, means something for you. What is tapping into your own validation, your own intuition? What's kind of like catching on fire for you and propelling you? Let me know. King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles, grounded, mature. Able to be, not just to manifest whatever it is you're trying to be successful with here. Four of Pentacles, not hanging on to the past, not hanging on to your heart because you're afraid somebody is going to trample all over it. Recognizing that you have a whole and a healed heart. Perhaps your presence also has helped someone understand. You have disrupted their world, and they have discovered, I have a whole heart here that is healed, that, that we all have our protection within us, and we don't need to lock things up. We don't need to lock up our hearts. Two of Pentacles, the power of choice, balancing. The Lovers, again, choice. The Lovers reversed. though. So not always knowing what choices that you wanted to make. Here on their side, they could have felt there was lack of choice. This is also Two of Pentacles, overanalyzing every single choice that there is. Weighing different aspects that are fully formed and meaningful. I think some of you out there had a choice in two people, and it was about, do I want either of them? Or either one of these choices really solid, secure? If you're somebody with two choices in love, it's about, who do I feel safe enough to give my heart to? And you have to go into yourself, not overanalyze. This puzzle piece will represent taking off like the good on paper person is what I'm saying, is what I'm hearing. Like you want to go beyond what looks good on paper and want to dig into what feels good into your heart. Same thing with a friendship. For some of you, this is, you've known this person for whatever period of time, whether it's an old friend of many, many years or just a new friend that you had a very close bond with very, very quickly with. You really like met this person, you became really quick friends, and it was like you were talking on the phone all the time and going out and grabbing a drink or having lunch or constantly having girls' night or whatever it was. But then you have to realize, how has this made me feel? Was it just to not be alone? Because we can be with friends the same as lovers, just so that we're not alone. Some of you have all of this in your lives. I'm talking about romantic interests and your friends. And of course, all those things can intermingle. So what is just a very last message? What's the last message, Nico? What's the last message? Temperance. It's finding your own inner guidance system. It's being patient with yourself. Recognizing that you are trying to alchemize the life that's right for you, and you've been on this path for a while, and it takes time. And also, relationships of any sorts are the biggest lessons that any of us can ever have. And sometimes people really are there to be a marker for us and to show us what we really want, who we really are, and where we're going next. So I'm going to leave it at that. Give me a thumbs up and let me know what resonates in the description box. I would be super curious. I've got tons of readings coming out, a lot of collective readings this week. I know that you'll find something that's right for you. And in the meantime, I can't wait to see you again. Bye.